buddy Kadet?
Yep, I'm your protector.
Protector. That. It's really fun.
I'll do my best to strong.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You go to state for wrestling.
Sorry?
You go to state for wrestling.
To watch, not to compete.
We do well.
What?
We do well.
Kind of. We had 2 people play. There's basically 6
That's so random.
or 7. Not a wrestler. But there's like top 6. You know Michael Faber or Jackson Downs? No? Okay. Well, those are the only 2 people from our team that play. They both got 6. Yeah, I mean 6 out of 6 in state is pretty good.
You gotta record him. He's an up and coming.
Oh yeah. Oh wait, it was on him. I do not have a steady hand. I feel like it's just gonna be wobbly.
Same. I have the same thing. I can't trust myself.
Yeah. I'm already sore. Gotta move.
You can switch halfway.
Well, I still gotta stand and play.
Oh, that's it. What if someone runs at us? There's this like.
I thought about that.
Like just tackle them?
Make it. You could, or you could just pretend like you tried, but don't really, you know. Like if someone's falling down, you're not gonna like just push them again or tackle them. You just pretend like you try to help. So long as we like, oh, she
At that
tried.
point, we'll just grab the camera. We can't stop them.
Yeah. I kind of do want to just like tackle someone though, mid-air, tackle them.
That would be cool. That would hurt though.
Which way? Okay. She referred to me as camera too. I didn't know she was talking to me.
That's great.
everybody. Welcome in. My name is Sam Stubing. I'm here with
Nikolai. Excuse me. I'm Nikolai Schreck.
And we're here at Air Academy High School today, where Air Academy Cadets are playing the Whitefield. I'm actually not sure what their mascot is. I had it earlier. It just went out of my head.
We did earlier. Whitefield, of course, 16-7. They're the 32 seed in these CHSSA playoffs. They're going up against Air Academy, the 1 seed at 22-1. So, just to start off, we're gonna start off with the star of this matchup, Caitlin Kramer, of course. She leads the team in points per game, shooting percentage, steals, and blocks. Undoubtedly a star on this team. With her leading in so many stats, who do you think is most primed to step up if she's having an off day?
I think it's got to be Lydia Flowers, and she's right behind Caitlin Kramer, and we'll keep talking about this in a minute. But we're gonna go down to Taylor Bean, and she's with Coach Warco.
How do you guys feel going into this game?
Well, we told the girls before the game that we call this a one-game season now, because it doesn't matter if you're 22-1. Now, you play that one game, and if you win the game, you move on. A lot on the game, but we're trying to approach the game like we always do. Routines are important. I think we'll be ready to play.
What did you do to prepare for this game?
Well, we looked at some film on Whitefield. They've got a good team. They play really hard. They've got a couple really good shooting guards, and we just had a couple practices to get ready for them. So, yeah. So hopefully that'll be enough to win tonight.
Thank you so much. Back to the commentators.
Thank you, Taylor. Yeah, so what we were talking about a second ago, just the players, like obviously Caitlin is the big one here for Air Academy, but if for some reason Caitlin is off today, then Lydia Flowers, I think, is definitely the next one to step up. But the thing about Air Academy, this basketball team, is there's so many players. Like we saw a couple games ago against Lewis Palmer, Caitlin and Lydia, big two, they weren't hitting their shots. Others stepped up. Tatiana Brown stepped up. Rama Kamash stepped up. And that's the thing about this team is, like, they handle adversity, and they're able to adjust, and the players step up, and they find a way to win.
Yes, in winning, they have done a lot. They've averaged nearly 70 points per game over the last 5. They've only given up 30 points per game. Of course, this could be some tougher competition, especially now in playoffs time. There could be some nerves coming up. But do you think that that firepower on offense is more essential to this game, or do you think that the defense will really prevail in this one?
Well, I think that it's hard to say, like, what's the biggest strength of the Air Academy team, because the offense is so good and so is the defense. So I don't know which one's going to be the biggest factor. Obviously, you need to win to score points, or to score points to win. And I don't think that we're going to have an issue tonight with scoring points, but the defense is always great. So I think the defense will be on, and I think the offense is going to score a lot of points too.
No, definitely.
So we're going to talk about what's going to be the big game plan. And so for Air Academy,
all hands on deck.
Cadets will dominate the board. This hat does not stay on my head. And meaning Air Academy will lead in rebounds. Caitlin Kramer, I think that she's going to have 20-plus points tonight. This hat will not stay on my head. And Tatiana will go 100 from the free throw line.
100% from the line, huh?
Yes. And I think those are the 3 things that will happen tonight. Rebounds will be big for Air Academy. If they get those, they're going to win the game, and they usually have no problems getting rebounds. Caitlin Kramer, hopefully tonight she's going to score, and I think she's going to score. I personally think she's going to put up 20-plus points. And
yeah, she has done that a lot this year.
Tatiana Brown has one of the prettiest free throw shots that I've ever seen, and I think she's going to go 100% from the line tonight.
Tatiana's had 9.4 rebounds per game, and I think that rebounds, are definitely going to be essential. If you can keep the ball away from Whitefield, I think Air Academy can definitely win this game. Caitlin Kramer has averaged 42% from 3. Lydia Flowers, 5 assists per game. I think that those 3 Tatiana, Lydia, and Caitlin. I think those three are going to be the main keys for this game, and they all have to play in sync with each other for 32 minutes.
Yes, and I think from what we've seen so far, Air Academy being 22-1, there's a pretty good chance that'll happen.
Pretty good chance that'll happen. We're not going to be saying we're not going to be trying to jinx ourselves here, but
yes,
this is definitely, at the very least, a great game for Air Academy to start off their playoff run with.
Yes. So, looking at the Whitefield side, Isabella Monk is leading the team in points per game. She has 15.2 points per game, and a close second is Kesa Cross, and she has 12 points, 3 points per game. And those are going to be the big two here tonight for Whitefield. And if Air Academy can neutralize those two, because those are their big scorers, and if Air Academy can neutralize them, I think that they'll run away with it fairly easily.
Yeah, definitely. And with Isabella Monk also averaging 8.5 boards per game, I think that's going to be it's going to be important. Obviously, you can't just you have to be able to get the offensive rebounds. I think is a big part of this. If you miss shots, you got to get them back. And I think that this Air Academy team is very well rounded in terms of rebounding, in terms of the way they shoot. They take a lot of threes.
A big part of that is height. We have 4 players that are over 6 foot on this team. Rama Kamash, Tatiana Brown, Caitlin Kramer, and Lydia Flowers are all over 6 foot. And
yeah, definitely height with the kind of contradicts what the small ball we were talking about with more of the three-point shooting. But if they can get more physical in the lane, they can definitely also progress past this team.
yes, and especially with it being playoffs, physicality is going to be a big thing in whichever team's going to play tougher and be more physical. When we interviewed Rama Kamash a couple weeks ago, last week, she said that Air Academy's not soft, and Air Academy doesn't play soft. And
Air Academy does not play soft. You know,
absolutely not.
We have a lot of big players on this team. We can drive the lane. We can also shoot from deep. They're going to have to cover multiple facets of this offense today, and it remains to be seen what they can do.
Yes.
Go ahead.
All you.
So Whitefield, of course, they're no joke themselves. They've won 5 of their last 6. They've won by double digits 4 times over that span. Do you think Air Academy can? I mean, they've done a great job up to this point, of course. Whitefield just getting into the playoffs, but do you think that Air Academy can definitely win by double digits? I think.
Yes, I think Air Academy will win by at least 15 tonight. That's
Could be.
just my prediction, but I'm taking Air Academy by 15.
Isabella Monk, we talked about earlier, averaging basically the star of this Whitefield team. She's also averaging 4.5 steals per game. Do you think that it is it's nice to limit turnovers in any game, but I think this one you really have to stay out of the questionable turnovers, questionable mistakes that could really doom this Air Academy team. I just don't think they're going to do that. I think that this will be a relatively turnover-free game.
Yes, and what you were talking about, Isabel Monk, she's the star player on this team. She's also the tallest player on the team at 5'8". And then the only person that's really close to that is, I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce the name, but I think Nayla Barella, and she's 5'7". So Whitefield does not have a ton of height. They're going to have to rely on shooting, while Air Academy, they can get to the basket, put up shots, get rebounds, and a big part of that is because of their height.
Definitely. If they can get the tougher shots, if they can get the stereotypical tougher shots, but also just layups, anything from mid-range, if they can take advantage of those shots that Whitefield gives them, then they are definitely in good shape.
Absolutely. We're going to get down to the court, and we're going to get the national anthem going, and then we're going to be underway. Welcome back, everybody, and we are about set to get underway here at Air Academy High School. And hopefully we got a good game tonight. I think it will be.
Playoff basketball time.
Absolutely. So, 8-minute quarters.
Yep.
32 minutes combined.
Yep. Plus overtime if we need.
Yes. So yeah, let's talk about the starting rosters here for the Cadets. We'll start with the Air Academy. And number 23, Caitlin Kramer. Number 15, Tatiana Brown. Number 30, Lydia Flowers. Number 13, Rama Kamash. And number 2, Mara Rogers. Those are your starters for the Cadets. And on Whitefield's side, Isabella Monk.
Kasaya Kraus. Bailey Solano, Zariah Ortiz, and Lily Solano will round out the Gladiators lineup for today.
And Bailey and Lily, sisters.
Oh, really?
Yes, they are, I think, or they just have the same last name, which I don't, that doesn't seem like a common last name to have the same last name. So, so
So do you think that with this, that for this game, we obviously mentioned the size difference between these two teams, but do you think that more small ball and more deeper shooting will be required to win this game, or do we think that Academy is just going to drive the lane more and maybe win just in the 2-point region?
I think Air Academy is definitely going to try to push to the basket, put shots up, and win by 2s. Obviously,
that definitely penetrates the defense a bit more.
Yes, and they're going to shoot threes, but if that's not working, then absolutely expect them to drive to the basket and just force points, be more physical.
Yeah, and we mentioned Caitlin Kramer, 42% from 3 thus far. She's a phenomenal 3-point shooter. I think they're going to take a lot of threes already, but I think that, you know, if that doesn't work, if the shots are not dropping, you have to rely on your larger players and drive the lane.
Yes. Introducing the starters now down on the court. And those are the starting lineups for each team. Refs are getting ready to go here on our side of the court. And we are about set. It is playoff basketball time here in Colorado.
Yes, it is. Air Academy made it to the girls team made it to the Grade 8 last season. They lost to Roosevelt by 4 points. They're obviously looking for a different result this time around, and I think they have got a great chance to be a contender for this state title. They got to get there first, and that starts right here.
Air Academy heading out onto the court, and so is Whitefield now, and we're set for tip-off. And here we go.
We are underway. Cadets moving from right to left, and there's Flowers already. 5 seconds into the game.
Quick start there for the Cadets, and that's going to be good. Number 23 with it now. Ortiz finds 22. And the shot gets it to go for 3.
Good.
Mara Rogers with it.
Whitefield already playing full press defense, and there is a turnover there. So back out to Kraus. Finding Ortiz in the lane, doesn't go. Ortiz gets it back, kicks it out. Solano, no good. And there's Kramer with the rebound.
Whitefield looks like their game plan tonight is to shoot a lot of threes and
Here's
force
Flowers.
Air Academy to defend, and Flowers gets it to fall. Number 23, Ortiz with it. Finds
Here's
number
back to
24, Kraus. Ortiz again. And the shot.
Does not
Does-
go. It's Air Academy basketball.
Caitlin to throw it in. To Kamash. Kamash finds Flowers.
Flowers messy basketball there. Let's take him back. Now finds Kraus again. There's a foul. Or excuse me, that was Ortiz.
That's going to be Whitefield ball. Kraus to throw it in.
Finds Ortiz. Kicks it out to Solano. And lost basketball. Caitlin will throw it in.
Rogers with it. Hands it off to Flowers. Flowers back to Rogers. Rogers to Kramer.
Kramer lost the ball. Here's Tatiana Brown to jump.
Jump ball. And that's going to go to Whitefield. Number 24 with it here. That is Kraus. Ortiz. Back to Ortiz. And they're
Kick
going to
ball.
say that's a kick.
So Kraus will throw it in. Finds Ortiz. Ortiz back to Kraus on the wing, and here. And that three goes.
Isabella
for Monk.
Monk there. Kamash with it for the Cadets.
Walsh
Finds
trying to
Kramer.
find Kramer.
Flowers now. Flowers finds Tatiana Brown. Tatiana Brown puts it up and gets it to go. 6-6, we're tied here. Kraus now. Let's go look at the replay on that. You can see good pass there. Lydia Flowers puts it up, gets it to fall. Good passing there for the Cadets.
Over here, Rogers
Meanwhile,
gets the
Mara
rebound.
Rogers gets the rebound, and she's getting heckled by Whitefield. She's able to escape. Finds Flowers. Flowers to Kramer. Kramer was looking at the basket, and that's going to be out on Whitefield Air Academy ball.
Yeah, I mean, from the way that we've seen Whitefield already play full press defense, less than 3 minutes into this basketball game, they want this game. They're not going to let the Cadets just have it.
Absolutely. Rama Kamash puts it up and looks like it gets blocked. And Rama with it again, gets it to go. Air Academy takes the lead, 8-6. Kraus now with it, down to Solano. Solano back to Kraus, over to number 4, 23 now,
Here's
Ortiz. And that's tipped. Solano working on the back end, gets it to
Finds
Ortiz.
Now to Monk.
And Solano with the
Solano,
shot.
another three. It does not go.
Monk with the rebound. Monk puts it up. Can't get that to go. Monk gets her own rebound and is able to get it to go that time. 8-8 here, and they're
Third
able to tie
chance
it.
points. Here's Kramer already on the wing. Finds Brown in the center, and that'll get it to go.
Let's see if we can get a replay on that one there. That was impressive, just the passing. Here we go.
So that's a great pass by Kramer towards the lane.
That looked a lot like the last one where Kramer was able to find Tatiana. And Caitlin just tipped it. Flowers has it.
Here's Flowers now.
Flowers going to pass it to Kamash. Kamash goes up and gets blocked. No, they're going to say that's a foul. So Kamash is going to get 2 here. We'll see what she can do with these 2 chances. Kamash for her first.
Josh can't get it to go.
Kamash for her second. And this one's true. Air Academy up by 3. Kraus with it. Over to number 4.
It's Solano, Bailey Solano, back to Monk. Monk is blocked by Brown, and here's Mara Rogers sprinting down the court. The rest of the team in tow. Finds Flowers from 3. It goes.
Lydia Flowers, impressive shot there. See if we can get a replay. And here's Flowers.
Flowers, just a great shot from the corner. Those are the types of shots Air Academy likes to make.
And a
And
long
that
three there.
By Bailey Solano.
So number 22, Lily, and number 4, Bailey, the sisters.
So here's Rogers already towards the lane, is blocked. Another.
Bailey Solano is going to get fouled
Another
there,
foul.
so Mara Rogers gets 2. Kamash comes off, and Olivia Chura comes on.
So no free throws here. Rogers is going to throw in, and she finds Flowers deep from 3. It goes.
Splash. Lydia Flowers. She's on right now, hitting threes. Here's Solano.
Back to
Kraus. Kraus trying to make something happen, finds Ortiz. Back to Kraus. Kraus for 3. Nothing but net on that one.
This has been a great shooting contest already.
Yes, it has. Everybody's hitting their threes. And Tatiana just got it taken. No, she did not. She's too tall for
Here's
that.
Rogers. Back to Kramer. Wants
Kramer
that 3.
for
Gonna
3.
take it. Does not go.
Lydia Flowers couldn't get the rebound. It's going
Kraus
to be
gets the
Kraus
rebound.
with the rebound. Kraus driving down for 3.
Deep 3.
Can't get that one to go. Tatiana Brown finds Liv Chura. Chura to Kramer.
Over to Kramer.
Kramer looking for the basket.
Kramer
and
fouled.
she's going to get fouled. They're going to say she wasn't in the action of shooting, so that's just going to be Kadet's ball.
Flowers to throw in.
Let's see right here if it didn't look like it was in the act of shooting, so good call there from the refs. Now Lydia Flowers,
Flowers
again
from
for
3.
3. Can't
Okay.
get that one to go. Kraus with the rebound. Kraus to Solano. Solano back to Kraus, over to Ortiz. Again, Solano. Ortiz. Dribbling around. And the Whitefield coach is going to take a timeout. So what we've seen so far, lots of three-point shots, and both teams are getting them to fall.
Yep,
And
definitely.
Lydia Flowers, two for 3 on from deep on the 3 points, and Whitefield's also hitting their threes right now.
Yep. It's been already an exciting game, and Lydia Flowers has hit some shots. We haven't seen very much from Caitlin Kramer yet.
Not yet, but I expect her to flip the switch and make the adjustment, start scoring some points here. And that'll be it for the timeout, and we're ready to continue here at Air Academy.
Whitefield ball.
Yes.
Air Academy with a 17-14 lead. It'll be Kraus to throw in.
Ortiz. Solano. Over to Kraus. Monk. Pass. Solano, other Solano. Solano to Solano, and Solano with the shot. Rebound, Lydia. And what is the call on this one?
It'll be Air Academy basketball.
I don't know what the stoppage of play was for there. It looked like pretty clean from our end up here.
Here's Flowers out to Tatiana Brown, and Tatiana Brown already in there finds Rogers.
Rogers to Kramer. Kramer long three.
Top of the key, doesn't go.
Ortiz with it here for Whitefield. Gets it to Solano. Over to Monk. Kraus, deep 3. That's going to be way too far. And Liv
Here's
Chura.
Chura.
Cross fighting for it. And they're going to say
ball.
jump ball. That's going to be Gladiator ball. Never mind. It's going to be Kadet ball. I thought that Air Academy got it last time, but now that I think about it, it was Whitefield. Caitlin wasn't really expecting it there. She's able to corral it, though.
Sure.
Caitlin.
Here's Caitlin in the lane. Can't get the layup to go. And Tatiana gets it.
Kraus with it. Over to Monk. Ortiz now. Ortiz to Monk, and Flowers tips it out of bounds. That's going to stay with Whitefield. Kraus to throw it in. Ortiz with it. Ortiz to Kraus. Solano now.
Here's Kraus. Kraus going to put up a 3. It does not go, and that'll be the end of the first quarter.
So, into the first quarter, Cadets up by 5, 19-14. And let's get a word for an ad here.
Okay. Hey there, Air Academy. Do you need your taste of refreshment while you're taking care of that essay you forgot to do? Kadet Coffee 2 is your spot. Kadet Coffee 2 is open blocks 2, 3, and 4 every day. Swing by for a brain-boosting break today. So personally, what's your favorite thing to get at Kadet Coffee?
Ooh, which Kadet Coffee? Are we talking about KC2 or the regular one?
We could do either or.
Well, so for me, KC2, they make these lemonade slushies and get a squirt of raspberry in that. I think that's really good. And then at the regular Kadet Coffee, their fraps are good. I always get a frap.
I love to get their fraps.
What's your favorite frap?
I don't know. I just tend to particularly prefer like the vanilla, but I also like the chocolate or like the mocha ones. Those are great.
They are. Here we go. Into getting set for the second quarter. And
what do you think Whitefield needs to change for the second quarter here?
I think that they've been doing a good job with pressing, putting pressure on Air Academy, so they can keep doing that. But what do they need to change?
Personally, I think they need to look for easier shots.
Yes.
I think that taking a lot of these threes, it works for now, but it's not going to work in the long run, especially if Air Academy keeps penetrating the lane like they have been.
Kamash to Rogers. Rogers now to Chura. Flowers. Kamash in the middle. Over to Flowers. Flowers for 3. Splash! Lydia Flowers, big 3 over there. Cadet's going to go up 22-14, and now Kraus has it. Taking her time. Over to Ortiz. Ortiz cycles it around to number 4. That's Solano. Solano passes it to the other Solano. And that's going to stay with Whitefield. Air Academy student section has turned out tonight, and we haven't seen one this good of student section in a little bit.
Monk gets tough points to go, and this is a 6-point game.
Caitlin to throw it in. Kamash with it now. Kamash finds Rogers. Rogers has a hard time keeping control of it, and Kraus now with it. Kraus down the court, looking for something, finds Ortiz. Ortiz over to Monk.
From 3.
Monk for 3. And
here's Rogers trying to find Kamash, and does, but that's a turnover there. And it's back with Monk. Not Monk, excuse me, that is Kraus. Finds Monk at the top of the key. It's where she likes to stay. She's been there quite a bit. Monk from the wing does not go. And rebound goes to Chura. Now finds Rogers. Rogers finds Flowers. There's a side, and here's Kamash to get a layup to go.
good pass there from Flowers to set up the scoring opportunity from Kamash, and she's able to capitalize. Let's look at the replay here. You see the good pass there from Flowers, and Kamash is just able to put it up and get it to go. Back here at the court, and Kraus is with it. Kraus driving to the basket. Never mind, she decides to pass. A big shot from Solano, can't get it to go. Kamash with the rebound. Kramer with it. Kramer to Rogers. Rogers now moving down the court. Passes it to Kamash, over to Flowers. Flowers for three. Can't get it to fall. Kraus corrals it. Physical there. Liv trying to get it. Now number 5, Monk, driving to the basket, puts it up and gets blocked. Never mind, they're going to say that is a foul. Didn't look like much contact there. See if we can get a replay and see what happens on that play. I don't think we can for that one.
So only 2 shots here for Isabella Monk.
Monk has made a big impact tonight. She's hit some threes, made some plays going to the basket, and now is shooting free throws and gets the first one to fall.
Yep. 4-point game. I think Air Academy started a little bit shaky on defense. They obviously have the lead here, and that's what matters. But this is a tough team. This is a Whitefield team that definitely did come here to play.
Absolutely. And everybody's been talking, Air Academy's the 1 seed, Whitefield's the 32 seed. And that's going to put a chip on the shoulder for Whitefield, and they're going to want to show everybody that the seeding don't matter. They're here to play.
That is true. Seeding
Churro
does not
with
matter.
it. Flowers over to Rogers. Rogers to Churro. Churro. And now Caitlin Kramer puts it up. Can't get it to go. Tatiana with the rebound. Can't get that one to go. Fighting for the ball. And that's going to be out. Waiting for a call. Didn't get the call from the ref.
It will be
Air Academy ball.
Rogers to throw in.
Finds Churro. Churro for 3. It's good. Ortiz set to take it here for the Gladiators. Ortiz looking for something. Shoots a long 3. Gets it to go. Impressive shot there from Ortiz. And these 2 teams are just trading 3-point shots right now. Both the shooting has been good. Flowers now heading to the basket.
They're calling it a 2-point shot. That's too far for Kramer. And that will be backcourt violation.
Air Academy.
Timeout.
Air Academy have been playing a little sloppy tonight, not as clean as we normally see them play. But Whitefield's also playing good defense, putting pressure on, pressing Air Academy on their side, and putting lots of pressure on Air Academy. Definitely,
I think Air Academy, they've found that the shots have not fallen the way they just wanted to. They're having to rely more on their defense, and right now, they're up 27-23. But you need to put your head to the grind. You need to remember that this is a playoff game. They played fine to this point, but I think that Coach Royko, he wants them to play better.
Yes, and like Coach Royko said, this is starting now a 1-game season. Mm-hmm. You win, you keep playing. You lose, you're out. And we're going to see who can handle that pressure here.
Yep.
Throughout the rest of the game. Air Academy is up by 4 here. Close game. Still lots of game to go. And Whitefield looking to claw their way all the way back as Air Academy is looking to create some more separation. Rojas with it, and it's stolen by Kramer. Lydia Flowers going towards the basket, puts it up, gets fouled.
At the line, shooting 2, Lydia Flowers.
Lydia for her first. Gets it to go with ease. Good shot there, and now Air Academy's up 28-23. Looking to make it 29. Lydia with her second. It's good too.
So back to a 6-point game here, and here's Kraus. Kramer defending. Has Monk on the left side, now throws it down.
Rojas. Solano. Kraus. Kraus with it. Over to 21. Rojas.
Walker. There's
Fighting
Walker.
for the ball. Back to Rojas. Kraus. Over to Walker. Walker for 3. No good. Morrow with the pass to Flowers, and that's going to be batted away by Walker, and it's going the other way now. Rojas with it, looking for Kraus. Kraus is going to take it. Bounce pass to Monk. Kraus again. Puts it up, gets it to go. Whitefield shaving down the lead again, back to 4.
Here's
Rogers. Shura.
And another.
And that's going to go the other
stolen.
way, or is it? Rogers gets it back. Lydia
Here's
Flowers. Over to Kramer. Kramer slides over, passes it to Tatiana
good.
Brown. See if we can get a replay on that. Good passing.
So
You see
good physical
Kramer.
basketball from Tatiana Brown.
The way she spins and just is able to find the basket, like she just
Yeah.
knows where
Here's
it
a
is.
3. Now Kramer gets it back, finds Flowers. 2 Gladiators back there, and that's a travel.
Yeah, she kind of bobbled the ball there as she was going to the basket and couldn't recover it without it being a travel. Rojas to throw it into Kraus. Solano. Solano's just going to take it herself. Going up to the basket and gets it to fall.
So Winefield keeping pace here with the Cadets. For sure, they are hounding them. They don't seem to be playing as much full court press this time, but Rogers now finds Flowers inside to Kramer and gets the layup to go.
That play looked like it was drawn up. That wasn't something that just happened.
Definitely.
I think that Coach Royko had planned that one out.
Yeah, a lot of passing. This has definitely been a more mobile game.
As you can see the replay there, definitely looked like something that was drawn up on the chalkboard. And now back to the court where Monk is driving to the basket. Never mind, she dumps it off to Rojas, and Rojas
Air
loses it.
Academy ball.
Subs now, and number 23 Ortiz is coming in
This comes
for
back in.
Rojas. Rogers now with it.
So to Nelson, back to Rogers, into Tatiana Brown. Kramer
Caitlin
on the
for
wing, goes
3.
for 3. It does not go. Brown rebound, gets the layup to go. Back to an 8-point game.
Tatiana Brown has gotten a lot of rebounds tonight, and every time she does, she seems to put it up and
We talked
get the points.
Yeah, when we talked about those second chance points, how important those can be if you get offensive rebounds. And Walker can't get that shot to go, and here's Audrina Nelson.
Rogers with it. Over to Chura. Chura back to Rogers. Over to Nelson. Nelson for 3. No good. And that pass is going to go out of bounds. That's going to be Kadet ball.
Yep.
Chura comes off as Flowers comes back on.
Kramer to throw in.
Flowers.
Finds Flowers.
Over to Flowers now with the Air Academy struggling there to be able to get the ball as Caitlin lets a 3 rip. Can't get it to go though.
Wide field ball. So they mentioned that Air Academy, they tend to take a lot of threes, and that's been the case. They haven't been able to get very many thus far, but we still got nearly another half of basketball to go. Over another half of basketball to go. And there.
Whitefield was playing around too much, and that
Oh,
went
and here's
horribly
Rogers.
for them. Rogers puts it up, can't get it to go. Caitlin with the
Caitlin
rebound.
gets it.
Yeah, that was not a good look for Whitefield. Just trying to let the ball roll. They were trying to be too fancy. And then it starts a little rugby scrum down at the court, and Air Academy's able to come away with it, and Caitlin's able to finish and get the points. And that's going to be out on Whitefield and Air Academy ball again. Air Academy now up by double digits, and they're starting to create some separation, and let's see if they can make this the last possession of the half, and if they have it their way, that's what they'd like to do.
Definitely.
Rogers with it to Brown. Brown to Flowers. Flowers for 3.
Nope.
Too far.
Wide field ball.
12 seconds left. They're going to need a couple passes and maybe a buzzer beater here. But
They've got some time, especially to drive down the court, and they're doing this roll, the basketball roll again. They've learned from their last mistakes, and here's Kraus. Finds Monk. Monk from 15, no good. Brown gets it back too far. That'll end the first half with the Cadets on top, 37-27 at Air Academy in this first round playoffs.
yeah, this has seemed more like a playoff game. The intensity, it just feels different than the other games that we've seen. And you can tell that it's win or go home, and
Yeah.
these teams know it.
Yeah, and Air Academy, especially towards the end of that first half, they were really playing well and, capitalizing on Widefield's mistakes, especially with that, you called it a rugby scrum at the end of the game. Go.
All right, we're going to go down to Taylor Beam for another interview with Coach Royko.
No? Thank you. I'm here with Coach Royko, here to ask a few questions. How do you feel about how strong Widefield came off?
Well, they're shooting the heck out of the ball. I mean, they've made, 4 or 5 threes, so they're playing well. They have nothing to lose, and so we've got to tighten up our defense, do a better job there.
Thank you. After halftime with Coach Cross. Back to the commentators.
Thank you, Taylor, and thank you, Coach Royko, for the time. Coach Royko's got his team up by 10 right now.
Yep.
And what would you say Air Academy's got to continue to do or make adjustments to continue to grow the league?
So I think they've got to make adjustments in their perimeter defense. We obviously heard Coach Royko talking about it, that they're shooting the heck out of the ball, and indeed they are. They're shooting rather well. Like I said previously, Widefield did not come here. They've come here to play and win a basketball game, and they've shown that heart. Air Academy has played better to this point, but they need to start playing like they need to win this game, and they have.
Yes, they have. And so far, Air Academy's just played more physical, and that's the difference maker tonight is the physicality, and Air Academy has been doing better than Widefield on that end.
Yes.
We'll be right back. We're going to take a short break. We're going to continue to get set for the second half, and we have
Hey, Will. Use my razor? No. Really? No. I can? Nah, man, not me. So nobody touched my razor? Hair just got here all by itself? What's up, man? Alright.
Sometimes tough subjects come up in the world of sports, and it's our responsibility to get to the bottom of the controversy.
There's a rumor that we have a cloning lab hidden deep in the basement of our school. Is that why our girls cross country team is dominant? We went to regionals to find out.
First, let's start off with our boys team, who is still in the process of learning the art of cloning. Leading the pack for the guys was the tandem of Nate Lumet and Carson Smith, who finished 6th and 7th respectively, solidifying their individual spots in the state race. Nate brought in a time of 16:18, while Carson came in just 2 seconds later at 16:20. The next group of guys that rounded out the team in terms of scoring were Aiden Turan at 35, Colin Morton at 37, and Chase Nyman at 38. The hard-fought race ended in heartbreak as the guys finished 5th overall and only the top 4 teams qualified for state. We would like to congratulate the boys for competing at such a high level throughout the season. Good luck to Nate and Carson as they look to end the season with the bang. And now, onto the girls squad. who is under investigation for producing Terminators on the race course. These girls are like well-oiled machines. They simply do not let up. This stayed true on the regional course last Friday. Without a surprise, the Sladettes placed 9 runners in the top 15. If that's not evidence of cloning, then I don't know what is. Kadet Sports TV's own Bethany Mikulek led Phase 1 of the attack, placing first with a time of 16:59. Tessa Walters and Emily Beers came very soon after, placing second and third with sub-18-minute times. After a one-place break at 4th, Phase 2 took place. Kimora Cooper, Jordan Banta, and Lauren Myers finished 5th, 6th, and 7th respectively. Finally came the finishing blow to the competition. Phase 3. Liv Chura finished 9th, Mariah Hook finished 11th, and Sophia Kunzel rounded out the crew at 15th. Each of these 9 runners ran sub-20 minutes, which is nearly impossible for other teams to keep pace. The ladies were undeniable in their performances, almost flawless. But were they too perfect? It seems as though this team was pieced perfectly together like a puzzle. This sparks conspiracy theories all throughout Air Academy High. Kadet Sports TV had to find out the scoop. We asked head coach Chuck Schwartz and principal Dan the Man Olson about the possibility of a clone lab at the school.
Ooh, wow. Undisclosed cloning technologies? I don't think it's that. I can't really confirm that. So.
You know, I cannot confirm or deny that, but I've heard rumors that there's a special lab down in the basement that is taking place, and, you know, there may be something to it, but, you know, there's definitely no facts about that.
Welcome back to the booth, everybody. We got 3 minutes and 45 seconds left to go until we continue play here. Both teams are making their way back onto the courts from the locker room. And keys to the second half, rebounds and shooting. I feel like Whitefield's done the better job shooting tonight, but Air Academy getting rebounds and getting the second chances, and that's why they have the lead. Amongst Air Academy being the more physical team, and they're just playing more physically tougher than Whitefield is, and those are the 2 reasons, rebounds and physicality, why Air Academy has the lead. Even though Whitefield might be out shooting them, Air Academy making up for it with other things. And we're going to head down to Taylor Beam again with another interview with the Whitefield head coach.
Thank you. I'm here with Coach Cross. You guys definitely played like you wanted it tonight. Is there any special pep talk that you had before this game?
We just tried to make sure that we box out a little bit more, hit the rebounds, get out in our transition, and make open shots.
Thank you so much. We wish you the best of luck. Back to the commentators.
Thank you, Taylor, and thank you, Coach, for the time for the interview. And what would you say are the keys for these teams for the second half?
So I think that we mentioned that Whitefield is shooting very well, and they have to this point. I think that while that is working for them, I think they need to get more in the lane and be able to control the paint a little bit better than they have in the first half. They're a smaller team. They may not be equipped to do that, but this is playoff basketball. They need to be able to adapt. As for Air Academy, I think that I mentioned earlier their perimeter defense. They've given up a few threes, which while that hasn't hurt them, they're up by 10. I think that better perimeter defense with the way that Whitefield have been shooting the ball, I think is essential.
Yes. And like you said, that they need to get inside the paint, create points that way. And Air Academy's size makes it hard to do that.
Yeah, definitely. Which, you know, your default is shooting the ball if the other team is bigger than you. And that works. That will win you games. But this Air Academy team is great at shooting as it is. So you need to be multifaceted to try and beat this Kadets team.
Yes. And they can defend in every way. They defend in the paint. They defend on the perimeter, outside the paint. And they just make it hard to be able to score points and get shots off.
Yeah, and Tatiana Brown's been grabbing a lot of offensive rebounds to this point. And those second chance points, you know, as a coach, you really hate when the other team gets the second chance points because that's points that they really, in theory, should not have had because majority of rebounds are defensive rebounds. You have to limit those.
And every points that you want to get as a coach on a team, you want to make them earn that. And Air Academy is earning those points, and Whitefield's kind of giving them the Air Academy a little bit with not getting rebounds. But I'd say the Air Academy more so is earning those rebounds, earning the points. But Whitefield definitely needs to clean it up.
And, you know, it's mistakes. You called it a rugby scrum earlier. Towards the end of the half, that gave Air Academy 2 free points that really, Coach Krause is not going to be very happy about.
And that is big, just the free points, like you said. Whitefield can't be given those, especially with how good Air Academy is. And Air Academy's going to get the ball here first, and Caitlin Kramer set to throw it in to Mara Rogers. Here we go with the second half of round 1 playoffs is underway. Rogers with it here for the Cadets. Finds Brown. Brown all the way out there to Kramer. Good catch there. Looking like our Odell Beckham Jr.
Towards Kamash, she's got it.
Kraus with it now here for the Gladiators. Down to number 23, Ortiz. Back to Kraus. Kraus to Monk. Monk dribbling around at the key. Long three.
No good.
Can't get it to go. Ortiz with it. Puts it up. Another rebound. This time Monk, and Monk gets it to fall. There's some rebounds like we talked about earlier this time for Whitefield. Kamash with it, and there's that press that Whitefield did so much last half.
Kramer
for three. Kramer's not been on tonight. She has not hit a
back
three
towards
yet.
the paint, and she does not get that layup. That's not one, but she does get the putback, and that will put Air Academy back up by 12.
Yeah, Caitlin has been struggling a little bit tonight, but her teammates are making up for it. And you got to wonder if she's just feeling the pressure a little bit with it being her senior year, playoff basketball. And that one goes. That bounced around a lot up there on the rim. Able to get it to fall, though. Here's Kramer with it over to Flowers. Flowers to Brown. Brown puts it up. She's so good under the basket.
Yes, she is. She's a very physical player.
Kraus with it here for Whitefield. Kraus gets it to Monk. And let's look at the rebound here from Tatiana Brown. And then, not the rebound, the replay. But she's able to put it up.
And a block there by Brown. Finds it out to. That one's too far. Rogers has got it now. Still being hounded. And now finds Rama Kamash. Cross mid court. Now it's a Kramer. Puts up a layup. It goes. So we mentioned that Kramer hasn't been great from three thus far, but she has really adapted her game. And a timeout taken here by Whitefield. She's really adapted her game more towards the paint. She's done a great job in the paint thus far, even if she hasn't had her usual night shooting.
Absolutely, and I think that if they let Caitlin and Tatiana, who have been good in the paint tonight, if they let them keep scoring in the paint and just let Lydia Flowers on the outside shoot the threes, that'll be good. So let's see if they'll stick to that kind of game plan and let Lydia get the threes and let Caitlin and Tatiana get those twos in the paint.
Yeah, so students, if you're interested in learning a second language for fun or to help get into a better college, Spanish is the choice for you. Being the official language of 21 countries in the world, learning Spanish will help you communicate with others and greatly enhance your resume. Yeah?
What do you take any language classes?
I'm in Honors German 4 at the moment.
Do you like that class?
Yeah, I do really like that class. It's one of my favorite classes. It's just a really big community. I love everyone in it. And yeah, world language is a ton of fun. If any of you watching or listening to this have not tried a world language, maybe you're going into your first year at Air Academy, I definitely encourage you to try it out.
Yes.
All right, and we're back to the game. We're going to have Whitefield throw it in with Solano.
Ortiz now with it. Probably going to pass it to Kraus here. Never mind, she finds Monk. Monk dribbling around. Goes to the outside. Long
Solano
three.
from three. No good.
Kraus
Solano.
now.
Good.
Kraus hands it off to Ortiz. And there's Cross, or not Cross, excuse me, Monk. Number 23, Ortiz with it now. No look pass there to Solano. Kamash knocks it out, and that's going to be
and it is
Whitefield ball. Kraus to throw it in. Caitlin guarding. Number 22,
Finds back up to
Solano.
Solano.
Solano with it, finds Kraus. Kraus for
Kraus
three.
from three.
In and out.
Brown, the defensive rebound, finds Flowers down the court, gets it back.
Over to
Back towards
Kramer.
Kramer, but that is an errant pass taken back by Solano. Lily Solano. Kraus, very deep three. Cannot get that one to fall, and it's Monk with the rebound.
Monk going to the
more
basket.
tough points and a foul by Brown.
You know, she may have fouled her, but she definitely got a good piece of that ball there.
Yes,
and that was
she did.
a big play there from Tatiana Brown.
Yeah, and of course 2 free throws are not guaranteed. Those were likely points that were taken away by Tatiana Brown.
Yes, big play. Tatiana's been big tonight. She's making
Definitely.
shots, playing well defensively, and so far she's been a big key why Air Academy is up by so much.
Definitely.
Monk for her second.
Is good.
Gets it to go.
So 45-33 game right now in favor of Air Academy. And now here is Flowers, who almost had it stolen and does.
That's going to be jump ball there.
Air Academy, I think, definitely does need to start rebounding after those threes. They're getting a lot of offensive rebounds. We mentioned the second chance points in favor of Air Academy, but they go both ways.
Yes, and so far in this half, Whitefield's done a better job of getting the rebounds. Ortiz with it, finds Monk. Monk working on Brown, puts it up, in and out, can't get it to go.
Kamash with the defensive rebound. Finds it out to Brown, now a deep throw out to Rogers. Finds Flowers in the paint and does get it to go.
Good effort there from Kraus. You saw her flying in,
Yep.
trying to knock the ball away, just wasn't able to do it, but still good effort. And Flowers with the steal. Flowers to Kramer. Kramer's going to work it down the court to Kamash. Kamash inside the paint. Over to Brown. Brown shoots it, can't get it to go. Fighting for the ball, and that's going to be Ortiz who comes up with it. Ortiz working her way towards the basket.
Ortiz is fouled by Rogers. So Ortiz will shoot 2.
Are they going to say that was a shooting? Yep, they're going to say that was a shooting foul. Yeah, that's been something that we've seen inconsistently from the refs on that play right there where they're going to the basket and it gets kind of knocked out. Then I kind of feel like they've been calling it a shooting foul sometimes and been calling it just a foul on the floor the other times. And I'd like to see some more consistency from the refs there.
At least they are calling the majority of fouls. You know, most of the
Yes.
things that I see that I would normally call fouls, or at least see, I would think that they are fouls, they're mostly getting called fouls.
Yes.
And that's what's important in this game, but definitely shooting. Are you in the act of shooting? I think that's a bit subjective.
Ortiz for her second. Gets it to go. Flowers with it. Press here from
Baseball pass down to Rogers. Kramer loses the ball, and here is Kraus. Kraus inside, heads Ortiz, and a backwards layup goes.
Good finish there from Ortiz. Kraus to Ortiz. Good passing. Flowers being doubled here. Over to Kramer. Rogers with it now. Flowers under the basket to Kramer. Kramer gets blocked. Kraus with it here for Whitefield. Solano now going to the basket. Wide open shot and gets it to go.
Back to a 9-point lead. I personally thought that last shot with Kramer might have been a foul, but
yeah, I did too.
I mean, you have to keep playing. You have to keep playing the game if no whistle's called. And so far, Whitefield have kept playing the game.
Flowers for three. Splash! Lydia Flowers. She's been really good tonight from the three-point.
Yes, she has been. And a timeout here taken by Air Academy. 50-38. This is back to a 12-point game.
And Air Academy's offense is looking more like their regular offense, not what we saw last week against Lewis Palmer where they struggled a little bit. And big part of it is that they're hitting their threes led by Lydia Flowers.
Yep.
Look at that over there. The
Looks
Air
like we're
Academy
playing
student
bowling.
section. Yeah. Good show out tonight, wouldn't you say, from the Cadets?
Yeah, definitely. The Cadet Crazies, they've made their presence known. The fans, the Widefield fans, have also made their presence known. And we're going to get ready to play some more basketball here. 2:35 to go in the third quarter. Air Academy still on top, 50-38.
Adriana Nelson comes in here for Mara Rogers, and Nelson was hurt for quite a few games, and this is one of her first games back here for Air Academy.
It's nice to see her back. Here's Kraus.
Solano now for three, too far.
And
Lydia
here's-
Flowers with it now, and this is not the person you want if you're Widefield with the ball in their hands. Over to Brown. Brown's able to put on the brakes. Nelson over to Kramer now with it. Back to Brown. Can't get that one to go. Chura puts it. Or was that a pass?
Now it's good.
Really good passing there from Air Academy.
Yeah, this is a great bout of passing. Maybe we can get a replay on that, but there's just a lot of passing and a lot of great passing that we're seeing out of Air Academy
You see
today.
Tatiana Brown there with the shot, and she's been so good under the basket tonight inside the paint.
Yep. She's been getting a lot of those tough points that we talked about earlier, that Coach Royko had talked about earlier.
And Widefield with the ball. It's Solano over to Kraus. Kraus working on Kramer. Kraus drives to the basket. Kramer back on her. And that's not going to go. Kramer gets the rebound. Kramer, good pass there to Flowers. Flowers puts it up. Can't get it to go. Rebound. Not Rojas, excuse me. That is Ortiz.
Ortiz almost loses the ball again, and Flowers, looked like Flowers got it back. They're going to call it a jump ball towards Air Academy.
Yeah, Air Academy student section is wanting a foul there. And it looked like it could have been a trip. Number 10, Minor, is coming in here for number 23, Ortiz. Nelson with it. The sophomore passes it over to Lydia Flowers, over to Kramer. Cycles it around back to Nelson. Nelson to Brown. Brown over to Flowers. Flowers to Kramer. Kramer for three. Can't get that one to go.
And that's
the
Churro with the
rebound.
cleanup points.
Churro's able to get the rebound, put it up herself, and Air Academy continues to grow the lead. As the clock is ticking down, under 45 seconds here to go in the third quarter, and that's going to be a travel, Air Academy ball.
Air Academy student section letting it be known you cannot travel with the basketball.
Lydia Flowers finds Kramer. Kramer for three. And that's going to be a foul. Wasn't able to get it to go, but she's going to get to shoot three.
And Air Academy already with a 16-point lead. They've scored the only points since that timeout.
Caitlin Kramer for her first of three this time. Gets the first one to go. Here's her second.
Gets it.
And the screaming from the Widefield fans does not faze her. Caitlin for her third.
Sub comes on, and here's Isabella Monk coming off.
And I think it was number 13, Barella, that came on. Yes.
Kramer's third. It goes.
And that's a three-point play there for the Cadets. Kraus with it now. Number 10 finds Solano. Solano over to number 4, other Solano. And
that's
Liv
stolen.
is able to take it, and never mind.
Now
That's going to
stolen,
be.
and here's Flowers towards Kramer in the paint. It
Gets
goes.
it to go. 9 seconds left.
It is a 21-point lead. Let's
And
see the
here's
replay on that.
Long three, can't get the buzzer beater,
Does
and
not go,
Rama's
but
going to
here
get the rebound.
is Kramer's layup. That is a great layup, and that is the end of the third quarter here at Air Academy, with the Cadets on top 59-38.
Yes, it's been a good one so far, and Air Academy seems to be pulling away with every minute that is played, and it looks a lot more like the Air Academy we're used to seeing.
Yeah, definitely. They only scored, the Gladiators only scored like 11 points during the third quarter. That's not going to cut it in a game like this against a very good Air Academy team.
Not when you're playing Air Academy that's playing like this.
They're going to have to come up with a lot of points if they want to come and even tie this game and bring it to overtime.
Yeah, Whitefield's defense has not been here in this second half so far. They're going to really need to make that adjustment, and they need their defense to show up, start getting rebounds, and not let Air Academy pass, because right now what we saw on that play where Tatiana Brown was able to get the layup is Air Academy just cycling the ball around the horn so well, and it just displaces the defensive players and creates scoring opportunities.
Yeah, and Air Academy's passing has been great. We've seen almost like a tiki-taka sort of thing, and it's been a lot of fun to watch. It's been very effective for the Air Academy offense thus far.
And Caitlin Kramer not in here for the Cadets, giving her a little rest on the bench. And Mara Rogers and Adriana Nelson are in for Caitlin.
We are into Kraus. Gets it over to number 10. That's Minor. Minor finds Solano. Lily Solano back out to Kraus and loses it. And that is Widefield ball.
It looked like it went off one of the Widefield players' feet. It looked like it went off Barella's foot.
Could have been.
Kraus with it to throw it in. Finds Monk. Monk driving to the basket. And puts it up. Can't get it to go. Kamash with the rebound. Never mind. Kraus is able to get the rebound.
This will be Air Academy basketball.
And if Air Academy could score a couple more points unanswered, you wonder if that would kind of be the dagger.
Yeah.
And here's Nelson. Nelson working on Kraus. He's able to get Kraus off of her. Nelson really good with the ball in her hand right now, and that's going to be a foul on Kraus. That is Kraus's second foul of the night. And so far, there really haven't been too many fouls. There's a three-point try from Flowers. She can't get it to fall.
This game is not exactly urgent, but I don't think you should be taking shots that hard. Shots that difficult, rather. There's Kamash with the steal. Now finds towards Rogers. Flowers in the lane. Gets it to go.
And let's look at the replay on that right there. That was a really pretty finish from Lydia Flowers. Good pass there. Flowers just goes up and gets it to fall. Kraus with it here for Widefield. Working on Mara Rogers. Dumps it off to Monk. Monk driving to the basket, puts it up, can't get it. Brown with the rebound, and Adriana Nelson with it now. Rogers working around the outside over to Flowers. Flowers driving into the basket, puts it up, and they're going to call that a charge. Offensive foul there on Lydia Flowers, and that's going to go the other way to Widefield.
Yeah, charging even in the fourth quarter doesn't really matter the score. That is not what you want a coach to say. And here's Gina Nelson coming off in favor of Caitlin Kramer.
Kraus working it down. Kraus working on Kramer. Kraus puts it up, and that was not a good shot there. That's going to be Air Academy ball.
Yeah, and this has been sloppy already from Widefield. I get it, you're desperate in the game, but you have to take better shots than this.
Yeah, it kind of seems like Widefield's pressing a little bit right now, feeling the urgency, and Air Academy.
Oh, and a deep pass towards Flowers, and Flowers puts up a layup. It goes.
Impressive pass there from Caitlin Kramer. She looking like a quarterback on that play.
Yeah. And as you know, the Broncos kind of in need of a quarterback at the moment. And
Big
there's
three
Monk with
there
a three.
from Monk. You're going to be the Denver Broncos quarterback, right?
Not planning on it. And there's Tatiana Brown.
And
with a
Air
shot.
Academy is hot right now. They're hitting all their shots. And some good defense here would help them salt this one away. And
Oh, that does go. That was a tough shot.
it was. And number 13, Barella there, was able to get it to go. Mara Rogers now
Mara
over
back to Brown. Fouled.
And
it
gets a
goes!
ball. Tatiana Brown has been unstoppable tonight. Let's look at the
Let's look
replay
at the
on
replay.
this. She puts it up while getting fouled.
And it goes.
She's so good.
Yeah.
She's tall.
She's been great in the paint tonight.
And the Air Academy student section letting the Whitefield players know that you cannot guard her. And she has been a handful to guard tonight.
Yes, she has.
Whitefield might want to start thinking about doubling her. I know it's late in the game, and maybe they should have made that adjustment earlier, but if they're going to want to slow her down, then they need to double her. But you only got 5 players on the court, and when you got players like Tatiana, Caitlin Kramer, Lydia Flowers, you can't double everybody. And you can't even double 2 people because then you'd have one person to play defense. And there's Caitlin Kramer just taking it away. Lydia Flowers puts it up.
And Air Academy have 70 points now. I mentioned that they have been averaging 70 points, and this is what they have. Still 5 minutes left in the game.
Number 21 for 3.
Walker, no good.
Fight for the ball there. Kamash is going to get it and gets it
Kamash
to Brown.
towards-
And there goes Tatiana. Tatiana
back
to
towards
Kramer.
Kramer.
Puts it up, and it's good.
The Widefield fans in attendance not particularly happy, and why would they be?
When they're getting creamed like this, it's okay.
Here's Monk.
And Monk looking for anything. And that's going to be a timeout here for Widefield.
So Air Academy on top, 72-43. 4:24 to go in this game. This game is more or less over. This is almost a 30-point game at this point.
And yeah, Whitefield does have possession though, so they'll try to work their way back, but they've got a tall task if they want to win this game.
Yes,
and
they
it
do.
might be a little bit out of reach.
Yeah.
4 minutes and 26 seconds to go. So Whitefield could certainly clean it up and make it look a little more respectable, but winning might be out of the window at this point.
Yeah, Air Academy have already scored 13 points this quarter, and Widefield only have 16 points since half.
Yes.
That is not something that you want to see, and Widefield will most likely take this loss and will look to build forward towards the future.
Zariah Ortiz to throw it in here for the Gladiators. Ortiz
For
the
3
pass.
there. No good.
Rebound, that's going to be...
Brown's got the rebound now. And there's Flowers driving down the court towards Kramer.
2 on
Beauty of
1.
the pass, it goes.
Let's see if we can look at a replay on that right there. And you see just the 2-on-1 right there. That's hard to guard. You got Lydia Flowers and Caitlin Kramer. You're going to have to pick one, and both are going to...
Yeah, both are going to score on
Yeah.
you.
And that looks like a foul or something there. Didn't really get a whistle, but there was definitely a stoppage of play. And we'll have to look back at that later because we're playing again here. And
Here's Monk.
Monk puts that up, and that's
Fouled.
she's going to get fouled. So she's going to get 2 shots here. Monk for her first of 2. It's up. No good.
No good.
Kamash is coming off, and Olivia Chura is coming on.
Whitefield just have not played the most inspired basketball in this second half. They came out hot, shooting the ball. They really kept pace with their
In the
academy,
first
but
half.
it's not turned out to be that way in the second half.
It has not. And now Caitlin Kramer ready to throw it in. Lydia Flowers has it. Working it down the court, finds Mara Rogers. Rogers up top. Finds Kramer. Kramer's able to corral it. Kramer works it over to Chura. Chura to Brown. Flowers back inside to Kramer, and Kramer puts it up and gets it to fall. Ortiz with it here for the Gladiators. Ortiz to Monk. Monk driving. Passes it out to number 4, Solano. Passes it around to number 10, Minor. Back to number 4, Solano. Solano puts it up. Can't get it to go. Rebound going to be Monk. Monk puts that one up. Can't get it to go. Chura with the rebound. Looking to pass it. Never mind. She's just going to dribble it around. There's Brown. And now Brown's going to work it the other way for the Cadets. Finds Rogers. And Kramer's open under the basket. Puts it up. Can't get it to go. Brown with the rebound. And she gets it to fall. Monk working on Flowers. Monk lets it roll to Solano. Solano looking for 3. Never mind, she's going to pass it. Ortiz with it now. Ortiz working on Rogers. Passes it to Monk. Monk for 3. Can't get it to go. Rogers now with it.
Timeout taken by Air Academy. And 2:24 to go. This is a 78-44 game. This is likely going to be slaved away. This is probably the end of the game as far as we know it.
Yes. Looking at it right now, final score will probably be around 85 to 50-ish.
Could be, yeah.
That's my estimate. But, you know, we still got a lot of game to play. Maybe some momentum swings. But right now, all the momentum's on the Air Academy sideline.
Definitely.
And it looks like that it's going to probably stay that way for the rest of the 2.5 minutes that is left in this game.
Yep, and obviously the Cadets, you got to finish this game, you know. But you can look forward to the next game that we're going to see, which will be on Friday. So be sure to tune in for that.
Yes. Air Academy's playoff game. We will either be playing Palmer Ridge or
might be playing Palmer Ridge.
Who's the other team that Palmer Ridge is playing? I'm not sure, but I think Palmer Ridge is favored to win that game, so it is likely that we will be playing Palmer Ridge on Friday. So you guys that are watching right now, that game is at 7 o'clock, and tune in.
7 o'clock subject to change. This game was originally at 7 o'clock.
And if you are interested in watching that game, you can follow it on the CHSSA website or Max Preps, and that will give you the time.
And there's Rogers getting the ball back, and here's Adrina Nelson. Nelson out to Brown. Brown on the perimeter. We haven't seen Brown a lot on the perimeter, but
Nelson with it now. Over Allie Collins now in here for the Cadets. And back to Tatiana Brown. Over to Nelson. Nelson driving to the basket, puts it up, gets fouled, doesn't get it to fall, but that's going to be 2 shots.
At the line, shooting 2, Adrina Nelson.
Nelson for her first of 2. And probably what we're going to see a lot of here getting ready is Whitefield going to start fouling just to create
as many chances as they can to get the ball. Air Academy obviously trying to avoid those fouls for injuries, but also just to use up time so that Whitefield does not get a chance to score. Only one of those goes. And now we're back to Kraus.
Down to number 4, Solano. Long 3, too far.
Go.
Rebound is Monk over to Kraus. Kraus another long 3, can't get that one to go, and the rebound falls right in the lap of Mara Rogers. Although Kraus gets the steal, looking like she was going to shoot it, but passes over to Monk. Monk working around the key, and this is another long 3. Can't get that one to go.
Here's
Whitefield's just not hitting their shots right now, and the clock continues to wind down. Adriana Nelson working on number 23 Ortiz, dumps it off to Mara Rogers, and Mara Rogers now cycles it back around to Nelson, and Rama Kamash puts that one up, can't get it to go, rebound.
No.
And let's see what's going on down here. Waiting for a call, and they're just gonna sub their players in. Empty the bench here. Let the players that maybe don't play as much get some playing time. And the clock continues to wind down.
We got 35 seconds to go.
Number 11 over to 35.
Zamora, and that is taken back by Chura.
Chura working down the court, going to the basket,
Chura
puts it
goes
up,
for
can't
two,
get it to
can't
go.
get it.
13 with the rebound. Clock ticking down under 15 seconds now.
Here's Zamora finding Barella and taken by Rogers.
Mara
Rogers with 3 seconds to go. Just gonna let this wind down, and that is the end of the game.
Yep.
So 79 to 44 was your final score here.
And let's take some time to talk about the players of the game. And for me, Tatiana Brown was lights out.
For me, it was Tatiana Brown as well. She was just great in the paint. We mentioned that they might need those more physical points, and that is what she gave Air Academy tonight. And that is something that they will definitely want to take into the next game on Friday. And yeah, she was just great. Lydia Flowers was great from downtown, and Caitlin Kramer didn't have the best game from downtown, but she was effective where she was needed in the paint, from mid-range, wherever she could have helped her team, she did, as did everyone else on this team.
Yes, great team performance from Air Academy.
Definitely.
But Tatiana Brown stood out. She was unbelievable tonight, getting rebounds, getting shots, everything that you need to win games.
Yeah, especially in these playoffs. You know, you need to be physical. You need to win the nitty-gritty games to get in these playoffs. And now we're going to head over to Taylor Beam, who's with Coach Royko after this win. Taylor?
It was no doubt that tonight's game was very close in the beginning. How do you think you opened up that gap?
Well, it was better in the second half. We brought more energy. Our defense was better. They cooled off from the three-point line, which was good, helpful. And then we finished at the other end. So, but Whitefield played a great game. They played really hard, and hats off to them. So that was a good battle in the first half.
Thank you so much. Now with Lydia Flowers, or Tatiana Brown, Tatiana Brown. Earlier this game, we predicted that you would score 100% in front of the free throw line. Do you think you lived up to that?
Wait, yeah, I think so.
Are you proud of yourself from that?
Yeah, I'm really proud. I think me and the team did really good, so like it was an overall good game.
Thank you so much. Now to Lydia Flowers. You scored 23 points this game. How do you feel?
I feel good. I think it was a good team win. I think everybody, you know, all the passes that got me those shots, you know, I think my teammates do a lot of it, all of it for me, really.
Thank you so much. Good game. Now back to the commentators.
Thank you, Taylor. And you heard it from Tatiana there and Lydia Flowers. Lydia Flowers also someone that we haven't talked about a lot because of how well Tatiana Brown did, but Lydia Flowers played lights out as well.
Yeah, she did. She really played really well from beyond the arc and getting a lot of passes. This Air Academy team was great at passes, a lot of teamwork, a lot of girls stepped up and did their jobs, but also helped others do their jobs, and that's why they walked out with the win today.
I'm excited to see what Air Academy is going to do on Friday, especially with the momentum that they have now gained after this game. And let's look at some of the highlights from the game today. There's one of the threes from Lydia Flowers. Here's another one of the threes from Lydia Flowers. She was so good tonight from
she was,
the arc.
Yeah, and this Air Academy team likes to shoot threes, and that is what happened.
Yeah. So Friday, what we're going to be looking for is Caitlin Kramer, see if she can flip the switch, maybe start hitting some of those threes that she didn't hit as much today. But absolutely great team performance from the Cadets. And Yeah.
Yeah, it was a great game, and Lydia played great. Caitlin played good inside the paint and inside from mid-range, and
I think that the player of the game, though, was definitely Tatiana
Brown for sure.
Well, guys, thank you for joining us here tonight, and we're going to be signing off here. Hope to see you Friday, and y'all have a good night.
Yeah.